Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
We are back in Shambles. It's your girl, Dana Michelle.
It's the Blue Mashisha Poppy here, a.k.a. Edsy.
And who do we have today?
Yo, what's up? My name is Reeves Junya. That's how you say it, Junya.
Oh, Junior.
Minnesota shawty, alien god.
Sorry, I blanked.
Sipping my shit like it's lean in here. I'm gonna do that.
Like Weezy says, don't worry about what's in my cup. It's my cup.
Let's go ahead and get this started.
Let's do it.
Let's tell us about yourself, Reeves. How'd you start? Why are you rapping?
Alright, so I make music. I'm not just a rapper. I make music. It's kind of hard to put in whatever category. That's up for you. Like, y'all can put it whatever category it falls into for yourself. Well, I started making music when I was like young. Back in Minnesota, that's where I'm from. So, like, as long as I can remember. Like, back when we was playing sports, I was making like full-blown songs, like choruses, performing for my friends in class, battling kids who thought they had bars. I've been doing that shit my whole life. You know, I think it stemmed from my sisters being in choir and just seeing like how much attention they got from just using their voices and just, I don't know, it was kind of fire.
So you always been musically inclined and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did your parents play instruments around the house or something
My
like
dad, he used to do some shit like, he used to do some real musical shit. He used to DJ back in the day. He used to throw crazy parties. He did some shit with Prince, some shit like that. With Prince people, with Jimmy Jam. I don't know, he had a chance to sign a deal. I think that's the reason why I go hard too, because my dad had a chance to really take this shit to the next level when he chose to like start a family with my mom and shit. So I think that's part of the reason why I go so hard with this shit. So,
yeah, living out your father's legacy and shit.
I'm living on my legacy. I kept the Junior though for my dad, you feel me? Because Junior is just Junior. People think it's like some Asian shit, some African shit, some
Arabic shit.
Arabic shit. That shit all play in my favor for all my international fans that play in my favor, no matter, you know.
Yeah,
but
play that by
it literally means Junior, J-R.
It's
like,
just spelled different.
Yeah, it's just spelled different.
That hood spelling, like
yeah,
Soulja Boy.
Yeah, Junior. So I just wanted to make it different, like, I don't know. And I was always Junior. I just didn't want to, like, you know how rappers try to change their name later?
Yeah.
And it just don't work all the time. Like, yeah, it's like, I'm like, if I go by Reeves Junya, people can call me Junior. They can call me Reeves. They can make up a nickname for me. But if I like just use Junior, it's gonna be so hard to add the Reeves part later. People not gonna understand it. So I was just like, I'll just use it right now.
Yeah, we're not creative out here. We innovating.
You gotta be different, and he definitely made that different. So coming from a musical family, what made you, or when did you decide at one point in your young musical career, like, you know what, I'm gonna take this serious and this is what I'm gonna do? Like, when did that become the final decision that that's the route you're gonna take?
It was two things. Like, I was working on this project called Why Isn't This an Album? Because I think people knew that I rap, but they didn't know how serious I took it. Okay. Like how you saying?
Yeah.
I was working on these songs in my kitchen. Parents were screaming at me because I'm like not doing homework and all this shit.
Yeah.
It's like my baby. Like, I don't know.
Music was your homework.
Yeah.
Music
was my
music
girlfriend.
was your girlfriend, your
That's
homework,
crazy.
everything.
Yeah, so I think it was like sports. It's like I used to be like a star athlete too. Not like how star athletes is. There's a lot of star athletes who like fuck up or like get that big injury. It wasn't there for me, but I had just as much, if not more talent than them.
Okay.
I think I personally just didn't take it as serious because I started realizing that I could be the best player or I could work the hardest, however you want to look at it. Don't take my words out of context. But if everybody on my team don't have this synergy, if everybody on my team don't bring it the same, I might not have that legacy, you know. And this is my mindset at the time. I was young, so I'm thinking like, damn, because that's what my situation was. I used to always get put on teams with the fucking soft-ass coaches who just like, we'll get them next year.
Yeah.
Everybody on my team just like not trying. I just want to win. Like, it's fun to play, but it's fun to play and win, you know? Yeah. So music, I'm kind of just by myself. Mm-hmm. Nobody really stopped me. Like, yeah, I got a team. Shout out to everybody on my team, everybody who push what we got going on, but like they can do whatever they want any day, and I'm still going to keep going. Yeah. It's not the same.
You have the drive.
Yeah, you think about like Kevin Durant, people like that. Like, if you don't do certain shit, you get mad at him all you want. But if you don't do certain shit, your legacy not gonna be where it could be. You could be Allen Iverson, and then just hoping people respect you like that.
So is that when you start producing yourself?
Nah, I just started producing.
Oh, you just started?
Internet changed my life when I just started producing. Less than 6 months I've been producing.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And you produced the majority of that album?
75%. Even the songs I didn't produce, I could produce.
Oh damn.
Cause I've been producing my whole life. I just never knew how to do the instruments or how to whatever. And I always tell producers, take this out, put this in here, this need that. So if you do that, that is producing. That's what producing is. That's why people like, what the fuck does DJ Khaled do? People are like, what the fuck? You know what they do? They produce. They get people to work with each other that would never work with each other. They get people to give them beats that would never give them beats. They hear shit that you can't just hear. That everybody, they just don't hear. That's what Kanye do. He put everybody in the studio, just pick like the best parts of it and make a song. I think that's beautiful. So
you said at 16 is kind of when you started, and since you've dropped a couple projects, Why Am I Not Famous, Them, the remake World Underground, Mainstream, which your latest one is The Internet Has Changed My Life. You just dropped that.
Which is true.
We were just listening to that, and in that entire album, not only did we think it was cool that some of the titles of the song kind of correlated to the actual name of the album, but you get real personal, and I think I personally like that when artists do that, because you get to share stories that, like you said, we don't know about you. Whether I've been through it or haven't gone through it, I could pretend like, oh, you know what, yeah, I would have done the same. So I think, like, talk about that. Like, what made you, was that something that you decided you wanted to get real personal, or how did that come about?
I don't know. I feel like every artist got different cards. Just like how you were saying before the interview started, how you just thought I was this type of artist. Some artists only have those type of cards. Some artists are only single artists. Some artists are only freestyle artists. Some artists are only trolls. Some artists can make just good music in a studio. They can't. Some artists can write the song, can't even record in a studio. I feel like I got a lot of cards. So what a lot of people witnessed before Internet Changed My Life was me experimenting with my cards. Like, let me drop this freestyle with Montreality and see how many views we get. Let's do this. Let's do that. The remake world was me experimenting with what people like for sure, because these songs are popping for sure, and I remixed them my own way. That got me a lot of attention.
One of the joints sounded like Rich the Kid.
Yeah,
I was like, literally, this is literally Rich the Kid.
No, yeah,
and I fuck with Rich the Kid, but like I can't listen to that. You know, if I just hear that, I'm just gonna be like, this is generic. And then when we start diving into your products, your music, and you hear even the title. How the Internet Changed My Life, or
The Internet Changed My Life.
The Internet Changed My Life. That's like an introspective title. That reminded me of like Childish Gambino. So I was like, oh shit, there's more to this than meets the eye. And then you take a look at the song titles, MySpace, the Black Steve Jobs, and you're like, what the fuck? Like I didn't see this from before.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, it's just me experimenting with my cars. I feel like right before the Internet Changed My Life, I was just kind of down myself and just trying to do what everybody else was doing. Yeah. But I've always been the type of artist that people hear on Internet Changed My Life. If you go back to my first project, it's the same stuff.
Like 2015
With this, I just chose like, this is what I'm going to do. I think this was going to make me the standout artist that I am, and I'm just stick with it whether I blow up or not. So that's why I started producing my own tracks. But I always wanted to talk about this type of stuff. I always cared about this type of stuff. My manager that I have right now, is the first time she ever met me. She told me like, yo, Instagram don't match up to like the person I'm hearing right now. You know, the music videos I see online, they don't, it don't match up with the music you play with me in the car. So it's like, we need to match that. And I think now it's getting to the point where I'm matching now, and I drop like the Blunt Day video and shit like that. The new visuals we got kind of represent my brand more so than what I've been doing previously. And I apologize to people just trying to troll, just trying to get fans. But I think if anybody watching, you should stick to your own shit. Because that's what people fuck with at the end of the day. And if you fuck with it, who cares who fuck with it, who don't fuck with it, so.
Well, hats off to you, because I like that. Me as a listener, and now like interviewing you, I can go ahead and tell you, like, I like that I get to know a little bit more about you as opposed to the generic, like, this is what you should do, this is what you should say, this is how, you know, your video should be. And speaking of videos, Happy Blunt Day is out.
To you. Happy Blunt Day to you. Yeah, every day my birthday.
Now, so check that out.
Yeah, check it out. Man.
Check that out, which we've seen.
Directed by yours truly.
I was gonna get to that. You directed that, which I thought the visuals for it was so cool. Like, talk about that. How, like, what was your mindset? What made you say, you know what, I'm gonna direct this? I'm
trying to stay focused. But as far as Blunt Day and directing, I've always been directing videos. A lot of people don't know I direct a lot of videos for a lot of artists that's popping right now.
Ooh, shit, can we name drop?
Yeah, we about to name drop right now. I love name dropping.
Flex.
Since I moved to LA, I've noticed people in LA love name dropping. So it's a thing. Nah, but first I'm gonna name drop my little brother Godlike, because I brought him to California with me. We've been doing this since day one. I've been out here like 3 years. He's been with me since the first day I ever met him, and that's really how I took the video shit to the next level. I always been wanting to direct, just like I always been wanting to rap about this type of music. I just didn't know how exactly to do it. Godlike gave me the means. Like, he had the camera. He always seen my vision. Anything he brought to life. We done shot for everybody from Icy Narco, Trippie Redd, Xavier Wolf.
Oh shit.
Fucking C-Dot Honcho, G Herbo, everywhere. Anytime you see the Aliens Only logo, that's my company. That's our company. That's what our brand. That's what we pushing. But when I came out here, I was on tour with this artist named Fora.
Okay. Yes.
You ever heard of Fora?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
all the tattoos and shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. So I was on tour with Fora.
Okay.
And I don't know, it was like sold out. It was the first time I ever came to Cali and did sold out shows and shit. But if you know anything about Forrest's story, he got shot on tour. And this was the tour I was on with him. So that was like a plot twist for me and my whole life. I'm like, damn, I need to focus more on the business. I can't let this type of shit happen to us no more. And my little brother, he shot videos. And he knew about all this underground culture. Like, all these people I never knew of. Puya, fucking all these people back in the day, like a couple years ago, even though so many people don't know who these people is now, and they still late. My little brother knew he used to listen to him. And he'd be like, yo, that's him right there in the gas station. I don't care. I don't know them. Yeah, like, I'll go up to him right now. Yo, let us shoot a music video for you, bro. Blah, blah. Yeah, bro. Blah. So that's how I kind of got my rep out in LA. It wasn't with music. Nobody want to hear I rap, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that shit. I'm like, yo, let us shoot a video for you. Let my little brother code. Sometimes it was both of us. Sometimes it just had to be him. But we did what we had to do. So we at the point now. And then everybody hear my music at the shoots like, why you not shooting your own shit, bro? Like why you not telling people? And it all worked better that way instead of the other way around.
It came across like less corny and shit. You infiltrated with the video shit.
Yeah, like
and then y'all got all the connections. Yeah, and then started cracking the music.
Yeah, and then people would just be like, yo, why do you got features with this? Because I pace it. Like I watched everybody careers, bro. Like I researched the shit. I watched people careers, and I don't want to just like wear out my brand just by working with anybody.
Yes.
Like my brand is aliens only. We do only shit aliens do. So we don't do what everybody does. So that's
that was gonna bring me into the next question. You kind of picked on it a little bit, but what made you? I was digging through your Twitter, and I was reading some of your tweets, and there was one tweet specifically that I want to ask you about. That you said, "Sometimes I feel lonely. That's why I created Aliens." What generated that? What was that? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, like back in high school, I just felt real alienated. I just felt like I was always not, even though I had friends and I was pretty popular, I just felt like, and even when I say now, it's more so just a mindset.
Yeah.
It's like, it's people who are famous or successful or rappers who have this and that going for themselves who still haven't done what I'm about to do. Simply because they don't have the ideas, simply because their hearts are not in the right place. They genuinely can't even make themselves care about this type of stuff that I was blessed. And instead of making it a bad thing, looking at it like, damn, why don't nobody think? I just made it a good thing. Like, all right, this is some shit I'm going to embrace. Like, anybody can look at the differences in a bad way or as a flaw. But if you find a way to look at it as a blessing or a way for it to work in your favor, then you can never lose and nobody can ever call you out about it. So people always try to tell me I'm weird or I'm like, or extra, or maybe like I'm just not saying anything. It's like, bro, I don't, like, it's perfectly fine, bro. Like I add that extra balance into the universe. So that's it, man. So like Aliens Only is just a mindset. It's not even a code. It's not even a group. It's not no LA party with a guest list that only certain people can get in.
Yeah.
It's just like only people like this won't even come to this type of party. You feel me?
Yeah.
You don't even go to this type of party if you don't care about this type of stuff. You know, so that's just it.
Okay. So we have this segment on the show that's called Rapid Fire. So we're just gonna ask you quick questions, and you just go ahead and answer them the way you want to.
I'm ready.
So the first one is, what's one thing you miss from back home? One thing that you just absolutely can't, like, LA needs to have.
The main thing I miss the most about Minnesota is the people. It's crazy because on there I hate the people. And I just feel like everybody's so slow and not like caught up, and it just made me like want to leave. Like, that's all I want to do. But now that I realize it, just like how you say, if you just find the best part about some shit, you can make it. Is they don't care about this LA shit. They don't care about this culture shit. They can. There's people who do care when it's flash in front of them or a glimpse, but they genuinely don't care. People,
not as much as LA.
Yeah, they cool with how their life is, and they just more people.
Yeah.
And I just like being around them sometimes and just being around normal people. I just miss my family, and I just miss just all the people who gave me the confidence and courage to even come out here and feel like I was the best rapper from where we from. And then everybody depended on me, so I think I miss the people the most.
People. And the next
I
question.
just about Yachty blowing up with the cold like Minnesota shit. Did you fuck with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not no hater. Like, first thing first, and there's not going to be too many interviews where y'all hear me talk about other artists, so if you want to, just get it out. If you catch it slipping on my will. I'm going to try always to big up artists. I feel like you never have to down talk artists, up yourself. I feel like a lot of artists fuck up talking about other artists. But Yachty's situation is kind of crazy because before Yachty kind of really blew up, like after Minnesota, but before like Yachty now, all the chains on. Yeah, him and his manager, like I was in the studio. And you can go on my Instagram unless I archived it. It's videos of me and Yachty in the studio, me and Key in the studio way back when.
Oh shit!
And they didn't know nobody from Minnesota because Yachty not from Minnesota, and people from who don't know this thought he was. So it's like, no, this shit cool, right? People from Minnesota not gonna care. I'm like, bro, who cares, bro? A lot of people don't even know where Minnesota is on the map. Like, we grateful that somebody.
Next question. 2018 is about to end. What are your goals, or a couple of goals that you want to go ahead and just knock out, end with a bang, before 2019 starts?
I gotta watch what I say, but I want y'all to know that I believe in manifestation heavy. So you said goals.
Or anything.
No, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about saying this with no filter, and God told me to filter myself. So I want to run up 100 bands. I want to get a big placement with one of my beats. I want to start taking my health serious. And that's it. Those are the main things.
Main things.
Yeah, I just want to start working out. Because I don't be working out at all. And I feel like I look good. So if I work out,
take it to a whole nother level.
So, feel me?
Yeah.
In 100 beds. And I feel like there's a lot of people say they want money. And that's why I just want to say it in a crazy ass way. Yeah. But I say I want to make 100 bands before the year is over. And if you have any type of amount of money or anything that you want to do with your life, just pick it. Like you say, I want to be successful. What is success? I want this type of girl. I want a bad bitch. What kind of bad bitch? You want this type of? You want pick it, make it the Mets universe, and act like it's already yours, and you'll get it.
Bro, I relate. I think the same way you think. So sitting here talking to you, it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like you remind me of. Do you read a lot?
Yeah, actually.
You read The Secret?
Yeah, The Secret.
You read a lot of books.
The Secret changed my life. That shit opened it up. And there's a lot of people who open up.
You have that mentality, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who open up to The Secret and they stay there. Like, that shit opened
I didn't even know you read books.
I read hella books. No, it's that mentality of, like, relying on yourself. Yeah. Like, he has that.
It's not like I'm about to read about Pinocchio or some shit like that.
But I like that because you don't get a lot of artists talking about that.
Russ also was one of those people that does that.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily even just got to read. It's just about you got to research. Yeah. Like, school don't end at college. School don't end at high school. Yeah. Like, the best school is, like, self-taught. You can teach yourself whatever you want at the crib. You want to be a fire producer, you can literally teach yourself right now. Yeah. You want to learn how to do business, you can teach yourself. And it's like, I want to learn how to be a dope person. I've been talented my whole life. I don't think I've always been, like, a good person to be around my whole life. But I feel like now, that's one of the things I care about. I care about being not only successful and rich, but happy. And have good friends I can call and be like, how you doing? Yeah. And have people, like, even when I pass away or even when I'm not talking to them no more, they have nothing but good things to say about me. And it only comes from yourself. You got to work on yourself. A lot of people try to work on their outside. Damn, I'm about to get this new car. Damn, I'm going to get this new bitch or this new job. I'm going to level up. No, your ego is going to take even more shit. What you got to do is look inward and everything on the outside going to change. You change yourself, you start realizing you don't even give a fuck about this type of shit. You don't even care about this. And then you start having all this type of thing. So The Secret, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Now, 4 Agreements, the 7... That's the one I'm on right now, the 7 Habits.
7 Habits of Success.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody listening should read everything he just said because everybody from Charlemagne the God to fucking Russ has read that stuff. And
Shakespeare know about this shit.
Yeah.
Thomas Edison know about this shit.
Facts.
Everybody who really changed the world know about this shit. They try to advertise it so you don't know. I'm not trying to get on some conspiracy shit.
There's no cap on your mind.
But just do it if you care. Whoever do care watching and they needed this and you got it, so go. So it's on you.
Another one, just because Happy Blunt Day, which is out now, we had to ask you, actually I'm going to have Edsy ask that one.
How many blunts, what's the most blunts you ever smoked in a setting?
Like a lot.
Can you think of a number?
Nah.
No?
It's a lot. So I smoked a lot of blunts. But the craziest thing is about Blunt Day, I had to drop it first because the way I feel about weed is kind of different now. It's so funny.
You don't fuck with weed no more?
Nah, never that. Like, I fuck with weed. It's a personal thing. It's like, bro, I care about different shit now, bro. It's like, I really care about my health. I'm not scared of nothing. Like,
what's been coming up with your health?
Nothing. I'm just, bro, just think about my culture, my generation. We wake up, we smoke all these backwoods. I mean, at least me. Some of my homies actually work out shit. I don't. That's why I said I want to work out more. If I worked out and balanced it, maybe. But I'm extremist. Like, it's times where I just don't smoke for like 3 months just to get my body back right. And then it's just like, I really do that shit. And be in the studio, all these blunts going around, I'm like, nah, I'm straight. And he's like, what the fuck? You rapping about this shit? It's like, yo, I do this.
Future rap about perks and mollies, but he ain't perked the molly every time he in the booth.
I mean, I think that shit kind of trash. I smoke weed so I can rap about it. It's some shit I done probably said that I haven't rapped about, but I highly doubt it. I'm too aware now.
I don't know. I think the whole, like, rappers doing drugs and then rapping about drugs is sort of almost like washed now. Like, no, it's getting to the point where, like, bruh, we get it. Like, The Weeknd, when he was first coming up, they sort of normalized that shit, right? Mm-hmm. They were like, we're drug dealers. It became this, like, cool ass thing to do. And then you have the names come through. You have all these rappers come through and they're talking about drugs. But with the last couple, like, overdoses of Mac Miller, with the overdose of Peep, I'm now seeing it as like, yo, like, it's okay if you did it in the past and you're still rapping about it. You can stop like doing it and still rap about it, just so we don't.
Nah. That shit trash. That shit trash. These niggas is rapping about it and they not doing this shit. It's trash. And the people who rapping about it and doing this shit is trash because they not saying the real reason why they doing it. That's what I'm saying. All the new music, all my real music, it's like real life reasons why people take drugs. Not excuses, reasons why people take drugs. Now, it's up to you to figure out your reason. It's up for you to figure out what can get you past that point. At the same time, I'm not finna say nothing insensitive to anybody who died. Like, it's RP them all the way, but I literally lost homies to this shit. You feel me? Myself. And I could lose myself to this shit if I don't be smart. And that's all people need to say to people. Everybody acts so confused when shit happen, but it's like, you just gotta be safe. Yeah. Like, you really gotta be safe, and you gotta know the consequences of the actions that you put out to the universe. Like, so you rap about it, it is what it is. There's little kids out here looking up to us. Like.
Absolutely. I think he said, like, I think everything he said is exactly...
Basically, rappers shouldn't rap about drugs.
I mean, it's like rappers shouldn't even be on that shit. It's like, and if you is, embrace it. Exactly. Like, what rapper gonna come out like, yeah, I'm about to die from gun violence. I'm about to die from these pills. And when they die, I don't want nobody to be sad because I rapped about it. Yeah. Like, who gonna be that real? Because I'm gonna respect that rapper. I'm listening to their shit. Not the rapper who rap about all the drugs and then all these little kids who never even gonna get close to the culture, trying this shit with their friends, trying to create the culture in their rooms, and they die from this shit, and you don't feel no type of way, and you feel sad, or that shit fake to me. That shit fake to me. I feel like when you have so many followers, it's your obligation, it's your duty to accept an example. What example is up to you? My example is different from somebody else's example. Absolutely. That's why I don't got no lean right here. I don't do lean, actually. I don't do lean. I smoke weed. I try outside, like, at least lately, I've been trying to, like, not smoke on camera because I just know these little kids don't have the same mindset. They're not going to read the books I'm reading. They're not going to have the same epiphanies I'm having about myself and about life. So I'm not even going to make it harder for them. Like, the whole reason why I even want to rap is because of Lil Wayne. Seen all these tattoos, seen all this shit, and it was fake. Like, Lil Wayne years ago, shit's fake. But Lil Wayne, we all seen what he just went through. Don't even got no bread. Don't even got his control of his own shit. The person I looked up to my whole life. This shit is fake. So I'm going to look up to somebody who's real. Like, yeah, we going down the wrong path, hold my hand. Like Uzi said, we all going to hell on stage. That's how you feel. I hope y'all ready. Like, you cool with that? Cool. Or not nobody going to lie to me.
He lied. Y'all niggas worship him.
I'm not with that shit. And I don't want to lie to nobody. I want to send nobody off. I might not always be how I am. And when I'm negative, I'm letting people know I'm fucking having a bad day, bro. I'm stressed out. I feel like I should do this. That's what transparency come in. That's vulnerability. And I think that's where I'm going to build, like, the co-following I'm searching for. It's like, do that.
I absolutely respect that. Absolutely, hands down.
That's that mentality, yo. Like, you believe in yourself. You're saying that your authenticity is worth more than money, is worth more than anything else. It's like you have that's a power, bro. That's a superpower.
I think that alone will definitely gain followers just to get, you as a person, and obviously musically, that will follow. I definitely 100% agree with that. So that leads me to my next rapid fire question. If you weren't in music, if music was just not interesting to you, what would you think you'd be doing right now as a career-wise?
It's two parts of that question. I don't mean to be difficult. The fairy tale in my head just tell me that if I wasn't a rapper, I'll be in college, or I'll have a wife and kids, or I'll just be straight. But I feel like I still want more, just because of the type of what run in my blood. But I don't know. Like, on some fun shit, what would I do? I don't know. It's nothing else I can think of.
That you can think
and it's not even being a rapper. I mean, I feel like
a good student counselor.
I feel like, but at the same time, it's nothing that this opportunity can't like. If I do this right and I brand myself the right way, it's nothing I can't do as far as acting or helping kids and teaching kids and going across the world. I feel like I chose the right path ultimately.
Okay.
I'm just going through the motions sometimes. Like I'm starting to do a lot of modeling now. Okay. Yeah, this is real LA talk. I'm doing a lot of shit. If you don't know, I'm doing a lot of shit. But
and if they want to keep up with you, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Everything is Reeves Junya. And that's Reeves, like Keanu, Reeves. And then it's Junya, Junya. Minnesota boy, alien guy, alien zombie. You did.